Welcome to Kiran Study Hub. Please subscribe to my channel in the YouTube. In this video, let us study about the chapter The Extension of British Rule in India, which is one of the history chapter in 10th state part 1 textbook. The First Anglo-Maratha War. It was fought between 1775 to 1782. The causes for the First Anglo-Maratha War are: after Battle of Buxar in the year 1764, the Shah Alam II was controlled by the British, but Marathas gave complete support and help to Shah Alam II, who was a Mughal emperor, and the Marathas installed Shah Alam II as a Mughal emperor in the Delhi. Because of this, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II gave Kara and Allahabad to Marathas. Because of this, there was an enmity started between the Marathas and the British. This is the first cause. The second cause is, during this period, there was a death of Maratha strongman Madhav Rao Peshwa. Because of the death of Madhav Rao Peshwa, his brother Narayan Rao came to power, but he was murdered by his uncle Raghoba or Raghunath Rao. This resulted in the fighting for the Peshwa post. This is the second cause. The third cause is, now the Peshwa post was vacant. Now the Maratha Federation brought Madhav Rao II, the minor son of Narayan Rao, to the post of Peshwa. So because of this, Raghoba or the Raghunath Rao was very upset. Now he approached British for the help and the support. Now British got an opportunity to interfere in the Marathas. Now let us study the course of the First Anglo-Maratha War. The First Anglo-Maratha War was fought between Marathas and the British. Initially, Marathas had the upper hand, but finally Marathas lost in the battle. Finally, the Maratha Federation signed a Salbai agreement and ended the war. And lastly, the Madhav Rao too was named as the Peshwa. This slide gives you the overview of First Anglo-Maratha War. Now let us study the subsidiary alliance. The subsidiary alliance was brought by Lord Wellesley in the year 1798. This was brought to bring the local kings or princely states under the control of British. This was a military protection agreement between the East India Company and the princely states or the Indian states. Lord Wellesley followed three major policies to expand the British Empire. They were subsidiary alliance, waging a war against new states, and administering the states directly that were under control of British, such as ruling the provinces such as Bombay province, Madras province, Bengal province, etc. Now let us study the conditions of subsidiary alliance. The Indian kings had to keep the British army in their kingdom. The first one. The second one is, the princely states or the king had to bear the expenses of the army and wages of the soldiers, or had to give certain revenue lands for the same. Third one is, there will be a British resident in the court of king. The king could not appoint any other European without the permission of British. If a king wants to enter into any agreement or a pact with any Indian state, the permission of the Governor General was mandatory. In return for all these services, the company or the East India Company would offer protection to the princely states from any internal or external aggression. How did the British benefit from subsidiary alliance? That's a question. The British could place the Indian states under their control. That's the first one. Second is, the maintenance of army became easy. The third is, the Indian state were subjected to severe economic exploitation. That is how the British benefited. So Hyderabad, which was one of the princely states, was the first state to enter into this agreement. Later, other princely states such as Mysore, Awadh, Tanjavur, Maratha Kingdom, Pune, Gwalior entered this agreement. The Second Anglo-Maratha War, which was fought between 803 till 805. Some of the causes are the differences among the Maratha chieftains such as Holkars, Scindias and Peshwas was one of the reasons. Second was there was enmity between Vishwantrao Rao of Holkar family and Daulat Rao of Scindia family. Both wanted to establish control over the Peshwa Balajirao II. In 802, the Holkar army defeated the combined armies of Scindia and Peshwa. Now the Peshwa lost the battle. Now Peshwa approached the British for the help. Finally, Lord Wellesley got an opportunity to counter the Marathas. Now the Peshwa entered the subsidiary alliance which was brought by Lord Wellesley by accepting the Treaty of Basin. So these are some of the causes for the Second Anglo-Maratha War. Now let us study the course of the war. The other Maratha families such as Holkar, Gwalior and Bhonsle were disappointed with the Treaty of Basin and they formed an alliance and waged a war against the English East India Company. Now the Governor General was Lord Wellesley. The Lord Wellesley finally he defeated the armies of Maratha families. Now let us study the effects of the outcomes of the war. Even though Lord Wellesley won the war, his battle thirstiness increased the financial burden on the company. Because of this, he was criticized. Hence, finally, Lord Wellesley resigned from his post and returned to England. This resulted in the temporary peace in the region. This slide shows you the overview of Second Anglo-Maratha War. The Third Anglo-Maratha War started in 1817 and ended in 1818. The causes are, now the Peshwa attempted to free himself from the clutches of the English. Hence in 1817 the Peshwa attacked the British residency in Pune and burnt it down. This led to the war between English East India Company and the Marathas. Now let us study the course of the war. Appa Sahib of Nagpur and Malhar Rao Holkar rebelled against the British, but both were defeated. Finally, in 1818, Peshwa Bajirao II fought against British at Karagan and Asti, but Peshwa was defeated. Finally, British won the war. Let us study the results. After the Third Anglo-Maratha War, the British abolished the Peshwa post and granted a pension to Bajirao II. The second is they installed Pratapa Simha, the descendant of Shivaji, as the ruler of Satara, a mini state, and named him as the traditional leader of the Marathas. Now let us study the Anglo-Sikh Wars. After the death of King Ranjit Singh in 1839, a political anarchy or absence of government happened in Punjab. Now British got an opportunity to invade or attack Punjab by violating the Treaty of Friendship of 1809, which was signed with the King Ranjit Singh. The First Anglo-Sikh War broke out in December 1845 between the British and the Punjab. Now the Hindus, Sikh and the Muslims got together to defeat the British, but the British won the battle. The outcomes of the First Anglo-Sikh War are, they signed a humiliating Lahore Agreement in 1846. With this, the British resident became the de facto ruler of the Punjab and the Punjab became the dependent state of the British. The Second Anglo-Sikh War was fought in 1848. The reason is the Sikh opposed the British rule in Punjab. This opposition was led by Chattar Singh Atriwala in Lahore and Mool Raj in Multan. Now there was a war between the Punjab and the British, but the British won the battle. Finally, Lord Halhousie merged the Punjab state with the British Empire. Now let us study the doctrine of lapse. The doctrine of lapse policy was brought by Dalhousie. The main intention of the policy was to annex the princely states and to expand the British Empire. According to this policy, if any Indian ruler died childless, his adopted male child had no legal right over the throne. Such a state was merged with the British Empire. Because of this policy, many princely states such as Satara, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi, Jaipur came under the control of the British. With the implementation of this policy, not only the king and the princely families, even the ordinary people rebelled against the English East India Company. Finally, this resulted in the First War of Indian Independence of 1857. Let us study about Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh was born in 1780 as a son of Sardar Mahasingh, who headed Sukir Chakia Missile, one of the 12 missiles of Punjab. When Shah Zaman of Kabul invaded India, Ranjit Singh offered his services to him. Shah Zaman made him the governor of Lahore along with the title Raja. Ranjit Singh established his own Sikh kingdom. He entered into a treaty of friendship with British in 1809 at Amritsar. He organized his army on the lines of European armies. He was a secular in temperament and supported both Hindu and Muslim spiritual leaders. He was successful in protecting his state by not having any enmity with the British. And also even British also wanted Punjab to be a strong buffer state to protect them from invasions from the northwest of India. Ranjit Singh finally founded an independent Sikh state and ruled it till 1839. Thank you.